Hello, good afternoon everyone. Hope everyone's having a great day today. If you're in Northern Virginia watching this, I hope you're enjoying the nice weather out there. It's phenomenal. It's a nice little break from that winter weather. So today I want to put together a quick video based on some information I get from potential clients all the time. And that is an email that's going to say, "Hello Gabriel, you were referred to me by blank. I'm buying a house at this address. Please put a quote together for me." And I always have to respond with, "I can't do that." And then I explain why. So in this video, I want to explain why just your name and the address you're buying is not going to be enough for a homeowner's insurance quote. And some of them are logistical and some of them are a little bit more technical. First things first, the rate of homeowner's insurance, the price someone pays, is not based on just the address and the home itself. Whoever owns the home can have an impact on that. So when someone says they're buying a house, I need their date of birth. I need the full names of anybody else who's on the loan documents. I need their dates of birth. I'm going to need social security numbers. There's just pieces of information I'm going to need. I don't feel comfortable emailing those back and forth, and no one really should for security purposes, so that's why we have to have a phone call. The other reasons beyond those logistical ones are going to be for putting an accurate policy together, putting a policy together that protects you. There are probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 60 questions I'm going to ask through the conversation putting together a home quote. None of them are that hard to figure out. It's not like you have to have a ton of documentation with you when you're buying a home to know about it. But a lot of them are not going to be pulled up on Zillow. A lot of them are not going to be something that I could just Google and go, okay, got it. For example, how many people are going to be living in the home full time? Are you going to be renting out space in the home? How many kids do you have? If you have kids, what ages? Do you have a swimming pool? Do you have a swimming pool with a diving board? Do you have a coal or wood-burning stove versus a coal or wood-burning fireplace? Do you have a trampoline? Do you have a dog? Has the dog ever bitten anybody? The list goes on, and those conversations during a quote are going to have all those pieces of information that I'm going through to put together an accurate quote. So you don't have to have your entire packet from your realtor and mortgage lender together when you call an insurance agent to get a quote, but you're going to know obviously your personal information and a few details about the home, because when an insurance agent is putting a quote together, we pull from county records. It's going to show us the square feet and things like that. And we also look at Zillow or Redfin or home listing sites just like you do, but those pictures might not be up to date. So when I need to know the fit and finish of your kitchen and your bathrooms, if you just send me the address, I could be working with bad information, putting together an inaccurate quote. So here's a few takeaways. When you're getting a homeowner's insurance quote, it should be done over the phone. It should be a phone call. It should not be done through email. If you're working with someone who's willing to put a quote together with you just based through email and one or two pieces of information, I highly recommend don't work with that person, because they're not trying to put together the right policy for you. They're just trying to put together a policy and sell it. Set aside 20, 30, maybe 40 minutes for the call. It all depends on how many questions you as the client might have. If this is your third rental property you're buying and you've had home insurance claims before, you understand how it works, maybe it's a quicker conversation. If you're a first-time home buyer and you don't know what is really covered, how it works, how the claim process works, that might lead to a whole ton of questions, which of course a good agent like myself is going to be happy to answer. Going to take a little bit more time. So that would really be what an expectation as a client should be when you put a quote together for homeowners insurance. Take the time to do it. I understand when you're buying a home or even refinancing, there's just so many pieces of paperwork and so many things you have to do. It can seem like minimizing any time investment in any of that process is worth it. So, putting a quote together online for homeowners insurance really quick in 10 minutes might seem like you're saving yourself time in the short term, but one, you're most likely not going to have the right policy. You're not going to get lucky enough to click on all the right buttons and get the same policy you would talking to an experienced agent. But you're also not going to be saving yourself time if you have a claim. Because when you have an agent who help you put that policy together, through the claims process, that agent's going to be able to help you answer any questions, anything that may go on, or if you're wondering if you should file a claim. Great time to call your agent. When you go online, you don't have that resource. So again, set aside the time to do it. I promise it's going to be worth it, both in your time and in your money. Have some basic information, both personal information and about the house you're buying, and be prepared to answer those questions. One of the questions I often or always ask is, what's your total net worth? People wonder why I'm asking that. I'm just writing a home insurance policy. Well, I need to know how much you're worth to know how to properly insure you from a liability perspective. So that makes sense when I say it, but when you're on a quote with someone and you just ask them how much they're worth, it can seem a bit odd. Agents are not running around trying to get random pieces of personal information. Any question I'm going to ask a client is going to have to do with me knowing and just enough about them to insure them properly. So those are the tips and tricks that I have for you when putting a home insurance quote together. I hope you have a great week, great weekend. And as always, if you're watching this video, you know where to find